Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video. I have a chatty get ready with me video today. I am a bit chatty here. I am kind of like all over the place again. Because there's like so much that I want to say and I have so much going on in my brain that it's not coming out properly sometimes, or I miss things. But I have some new skincare, I have some new makeup, and I'm going to give you updates on some of the products in the previous videos that I mentioned and used with you guys. But here is the makeup look that we created today. Now, this is a really pretty summer makeup look that I am absolutely loving. And a couple of the products are new here. So I hope that you will stay for this Get Ready With Me video. I tried to keep it as short as I could. But you know, I always make these long videos and I will work on my timing. And I hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and helps me with the type of content that I bring to you guys. Know that you like it. Also, it helps my channel with the YouTube algorithm, so you get your notifications and my video gets out to more people. Also, leave me a comment down below if you don't, if you're too shy to comment. Please leave me an emoji. And I'm so sorry, but I haven't had much time to answer these comments lately because I have been so busy. I had a very busy work week this week, and I talk about that in the video about what's going on. So things just get crazier for me, and there's not going to be any relief anytime soon, just so you guys know. And what I struggle here the most is that I am full-time, and it's really hard for me to create content because I just don't have enough time, because my days during the week are so long that when Saturday and Sunday come along, it's like I have to pack in some fun, I have to pack in some relaxation time, I have to meal prep, go grocery shopping, clean my house, all that stuff. And it's hard to fit it in when you work a full-time job that you actually have to go into the office. You know, when I'm at work, I can't do any of this stuff like, you know, YouTube, Instagram, or anything like that. So it's really hard for me to find time to reply back to those comments. I am trying to figure out a day to where I could do it. Maybe 2 days, maybe I could do it first thing in the morning when I'm waking up and having my morning coffee, but I will figure it out. And I apologize for the lack of response for me. I'm not even really on Instagram these days. I've mentioned this in the video. I don't have time to post on Instagram or even scroll through these days. And when I'm on there, it just doesn't feel right to me anymore because everything is an ad. Especially when people are talking about, you know, like new products and everything. Everything is like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. You have to have this. And it's just so commercialized now. Nothing feels real or authentic. And it's really tough for me sometimes to go on there, and I just don't have the time. So I apologize. But I know I'm always repeating myself with that, but I want you guys to know that, you know, I try to be present here as much as I can, as my schedule will allow me and the time that I have to sit down here. And I really hope that we can get into some skincare very, very soon, like, you know, devices. But I haven't even done my devices this week. I haven't done red LED light therapy except for one day this week, because I'll explain it to you through this video. But I hope you enjoy it, and here you go. I'll see you at the end. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to this Get Ready With Me. So as you can see, I just got out of the shower, so you may hear some water dropping back there. So I have only exfoliated my skin once this week, and I did it by shaving my face. I went in with my Osmosis Purify Enzymatic Cleanser, and then I shaved my face after my skin was dry. I have not used any of my peel pads. So I'm gonna go in with the Mysama ABP11 Plus Green Ribose Gentle Resurfacing Toner. And I'm going to use this today because I'm not going to be able to exfoliate tonight because I am going to get home probably pretty late, and it's going to be a whatchamacallit, a Calecim recovery night complex night. This was my skincare last night, and it's usually my skincare on Saturdays. So I'm going to do my daytime skincare routine with you. So I'm going to take some of this on the Mysama reusable cotton rounds. I have my packet right here, and I'm just going to load this up on this cotton round. What I love about these cotton rounds is that they have this little pocket for your fingers. Kind of reminds me of the Neova 5-second daily peel pad. And I am just going to gently put this all over my skin. And I'm not worried about using this during the day because it is a very gentle exfoliating toner. And it has that beautiful scent of tea to it, the natural fragrance, because Mysama doesn't use any essential oils or fragrance. So I'm just going to use this all over. And I'm getting a late start. It's like 2 p.m. here. By the way, I'm taking some more. And I'm going to do my chest. But I wanted to exfoliate my skin because it needs it. And I want to see how this does with our makeup application today. So I like this resurfacing toner from Mysama because it's very gentle on the skin. And my skin has been feeling a little sensitive this week because I started my Aunt Flo is in town, my monthly friend. And so my skin generally is a little bit sensitive during that time. And I don't like to use anything aggressive on my skin to exfoliate it. So while we're waiting for this to penetrate in the skin, I'm gonna let it penetrate for 10 minutes. I'm gonna give you some updates on some products and show you what's new. So I do have some new makeup, which I'll go over in a second. I'm gonna put this over here. But I'm gonna give you an update on the Glymed Oxygen Deep Pore Mask. So I used this again last Sunday, and I tried to film it, but it didn't come out. So I scrapped the video. I love this. So if you have large pores and if you have congestion or blackheads, this works great. It totally has been doing so good for my pores. They look minimized. I was actually going to use this today, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this tomorrow instead. But this is such a great product. I love it. I love the foaming action that it does. It's fun, but I'm seeing a difference in how clean and how less apparent my pores look since I started using this. Now, I've used it twice, and it says that you can use it 2 to 3 times a week. I think 1 or 2 times a week is good unless you have a lot of congestion. Your pores, you see a lot of blackheads in there. It's been a while since you've done extractions. Maybe 3 times a week would be good for you, or if you have acne or breakouts, using it a little bit more frequently would probably be better for you. But for me, I think two times a week is good. So I will keep you updated on this. Next, we have the Color Wow Dreaming Hair Mask. And I have to tell you, I am absolutely in love with this. So I used this last Saturday for the first time, and my hairstyle, I could have gone 4 days, but I went 3 days because on Wednesday we had a work event. So I wanted to have fresh hair. So I didn't have to restyle my hair for 3 days. I woke up in the morning, and when I was getting ready for work, I just brushed my hair, and I didn't have to go in with my hot brush to tame any frizziness or add bends in my hair. I've put my hair up in clips and a bun, and it did not leave me with any kinks in my hair like I usually get, and I have to smooth it out. My hairstyle looked perfect for 3 days. Now, the reason why I wanted to wash my hair is because I had that work event, and I was going to be hugging my coworkers because we have 2 different locations, and the other location's at a distance, and we don't get to see each other very often. So I'm a hugger, so I had to hug them, and I wanted fresh, clean hair for that. So I washed my hair on Tuesday. I did my normal thing. I did smooth it out to save me time in the morning. I did my Color Security shampoo, and I did the Money Mask, and then I styled with the Money Mist, the Bombshell volumizer, and then I did my Dream Cocktail in the coconut infused like I normally do, and my hair styled so beautifully. This makes my hair dry quicker when I blow dry it and style it. It also makes it more manageable. So I did that. My hair lasted. I washed my hair today, so I went Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I wanted to wash my hair today because I worked out this morning and I was sweaty and I was getting a little itchy back here. And as you guys know, I do not like dry shampoo, and I'm gonna wear it curly today. This would be my second shampoo since I've used this. So tomorrow I'm gonna smooth out my hair and use this with how I normally style my hair with the Money Mist and the coconut infused Dream Cocktail, and I will report back to you guys. But so far this is a winner. Now I picked up mine at Sephora. They do have this, so if you want to try it before you buy it, you can go to your local Sephora and maybe get a sample of it. But if you have, you know, dry, brittle hair, damaged hair from heat styling, over process, coloring, bleaching, if you have perimenopausal hair or menopausal hair, I would suggest trying this to see if it helps with that frizzy and dry, brittle texture, because my hair, it looks like different hair since I use this, and it's only one use. So I will report back on that. Let's see, what else was I gonna update you guys on? Oh, I got a new body product. I placed an order with Ulta, and I got this new body product from Nordstrom. This is the Urea 5% Body Serum. It says advanced barrier support for all day hydration, and it is fragrance free. Now this serum feels like a very light lotion. If you don't like heavy body products, I don't think you need to put a lotion over this unless you have dry skin. Now I put this just on my arm. I put it all over my body, but on my lower legs, like on my shins and my calves, I have to put more moisture there because lately I've been experiencing a lot of dry, itchy skin there. So I've been having to put a lot of moisturizer on them because it's the perimenopausal thing. Like, I'm going through it, guys, like seriously. You know, I have all the symptoms: irritability, itchy ears, dry, itchy skin. My skin's getting drier. I have insomnia, except for I have been taking a new supplement that has been helping me with my sleep. And I've also kind of changed up my diet a little bit. I reduced what I'm doing for intermittent fasting. I'm only doing a 12-hour fast, and I stop eating, you know, 3 hours before I go to bed. And then I don't eat for 12 hours after that. The 16-8 window was just too much for me. I was getting really low energy by not eating something like a little bit after I get up, and it was affecting my day to where I was completely lazy, and I adjusted that this week. And then, what else was I gonna tell you? See, I forgot. Having a little bit of brain fog because it was such a busy week for me this week, and I'm gonna fill you in on that. So anyway, so I'm gonna put this on after I finish up with my skincare while I let my moisturizer settle in. And it does kind of leave the skin just a little bit sticky before it absorbs in, but definitely a nice serum. So if you're looking for more hydration and barrier support, like if you have dehydration or that crepey skin, I would look into this and give it a try. With the Remedy Moisture for, what is this one called? Remedy for Moisture Barrier Repair Rich Cream Moisturizer for dry to normal skin. I have been loving this still. I love, love, love. This, I noticed when I wear it with my Color Science Flex, I do get super dewy with this. It's like it's too much. So I have to really, you know, make sure that I powder and powder throughout the day, which I have been this week because I've been reaching for this because I love to retouch it up with the Color Science Minerals, Brush On Minerals, because I've been going for walks on my lunch and, you know, it's full-blown sun at the time that I go. So I have been noticing that I am getting just a tad bit too dewy with that sunscreen. But with the Neova, it works perfect for me. I have been loving it. I love it so much that I did purchase 2 more because it's only $20. And so I decided just to pick up 2 instead of just ordering an extra one because I have been loving what this is doing for my skin. We're still not in the, you know, heart of summer just yet. So we will see what happens because when it gets warmer, this may be a little bit too much for me and I may have to find or use something different for during the day and just switch to using this at night. I will let you know. My Atour Definitive Lifting Toner from Skin Beautiful RX came in, and this is the collaboration with Skin Beautiful RX and Atour. I love it so far. I've been using it since Monday, twice a day. I'm going to show you how I love to use it, but I have noticed that my skin does seem a little bit firmer since I've been using this, and I love the fragrance of this. If you guys have ever used Oribe hair care and you love the scent of Oribe hair care, that's what the fragrance reminds me of. Except for this is a lighter version of that fragrance. So if you don't like the way Oribe hair care smells, then you probably won't like the scent of this. But I have no issues with it. I have been loving it so far, and I haven't used it with LED light therapy. But the light activated peptides in here work with any source of light, just so you guys know. It hasn't dried out my skin. We'll use it today. But so far, I really like it. But they do have the regular version, which is fragrance free too. So you could tell which one is the Skin Beautiful RX collaboration and this the original Definitive Lifting Toner. So we're testing this out. And I think that's probably it. Now let's get into my skincare because it's been 10 minutes. See, that goes fast. So I'm going to go in with my Viktoria De Ann Pepties. And I'm going to try to make this video pretty fast today. And as my Pepties are penetrating, I'll show you the new makeup that I picked up. So I'm going in with Lift. And the reason why I waited 10 minutes before I went in with my Pepties is just to let that toner absorb into my skin and it won't interfere with my Viktoria De Ann Pepties. And I'll read you the percentages of acids of that micellar toner. So, all right. So yeah, I've had a pretty busy week this week. The person I was working with at work at the front desk who I was covering for while she was on maternity leave has decided that she isn't coming back to work. So I am remaining in my current position at work and I will be working by myself. They're not going to hire anybody else to help me out, because we have ups and downs with our workflow right now, where is, you know, due to the economy, since we don't take insurance for our practice because we are an elective eye surgery place, modern vision correction. We are a little bit slow right now, and some days I have a half day and some days I'm working 8.5 to 9 hours. Like this last Monday, I had a half day. I was off on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, I had a work event after work, but I worked 8 hours Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, I worked 8.5 hours. So I haven't had any time this week to sit down and film any videos. I haven't had time to do my devices. and I have been pretty tired because my monthly friend decided to show up. So this is Peptitone, and it's just really been, it's really zapped my energy from me. And I just was so tired every day that I came home from work that after dinner, I would just sit on the couch with the family and we'd watch some Netflix series or something, or a movie. I just passed out. I passed out. There's a couple of new Netflix series that I watched that I really, really loved. One from Netflix was Ransom Canyon with Josh Duhamel, and that was a good series. I really, really loved it. I hope it comes back. From Apple TV, Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm. That was such a good series. Oh my gosh, you guys have to watch that. I love that. That's coming back. I can't wait. What else? I love Suits LA. That was pretty good. And then, of course, I watched The Housewives. I don't have a Housewives that's on right now that I'm watching. I'm waiting for Housewives of Miami, and then Orange County is going to be starting up. And then I'm watching The Valley. So I DVR these programs. Oh, I'm watching the new Sex and the City and Just Like That, it's called, series on HBO Max. And I don't have to, I usually catch up on these programs either Saturdays and Sundays. And then during the week, the ones that my husband likes to watch, like we watched Ransom Canyon together and Your Friends and Neighbors from Apple TV. We watched that together, and so we do that during the week. And then Suits LA, I watch on my own, so that was a Saturday or Sunday program. The Valley is a Saturday or Sunday program. And Just Like That's a Saturday or Sunday morning program for me. So I've been doing that, just kind of relaxing. As you guys know, I'm just barely on Instagram anymore. I've kind of just like given up on Instagram because every time I open up the Instagram app, it's some influencer trying to sell you something. And I just can't take this new influencer culture. This is Pepti-Elastin, by the way. It's just really, really hard for me. Like, I can't get on with it. And I don't like the YouTube shorts. I don't like TikTok. I deleted my TikTok account. And then now when I go on Instagram, it's like everybody is just, I don't know. I just don't like that type of content. It doesn't resonate with me. So I watch YouTube videos. Well, that's what I do. I watch them sometimes when I'm working out, you know, when I'm getting ready for work, or sometimes in the mornings when I'm getting up. And I'm trying to do this new thing is at night now, after I'm done eating dinner, I don't pick up my phone and go on any social medias or check email or anything like that anymore because it disrupts my sleep. So I started that this week, and it seems to be working better for me to where I'm actually sleeping through the night instead of waking up every hour. So we'll see. I'm still testing it out, but I have to break away somehow. And because I got so much going on, like, you know, I work full time. I'm a wife, I'm a doggy mom, and I got to deal with my health issues. I got to fit in, you know, cooking dinner, breakfast, and lunch. I got to fit in, you know, taking care of Misha and taking her for walks. I got to take myself for, you know, my exercise and my skincare. And sometimes I just don't have enough time to, you know, post on Instagram, answer the comments. I don't even have time to answer the comments here. And then also I don't have time to go through and scroll. So I'm going to go in with Pepti Pad now. So I'm almost done with this Pepti Pad, and I do really, really like it, and I am seeing a difference with it. I think I want to do one more bottle of this and see what happens. And then I think I want to go back to Adipo, we'll see. And I want to start off with a new Adipo program, which is using the strong body gel for 2 to 4 weeks only to strengthen the skin, and then go in with the protocol of the spots of where you use the active face cream and the strong body gel together. So I'm just gonna put this right up until here and then put the rest on my chest. So Pepti Pad, I put pretty much all over my face, underneath my eyes, right here on the outer corner, on top of my lips, a little bit left over, and then around, you know, definitely get it all over and through here. And then I take it down to right here because I notice it helps the neck skin right here. And then I put it on my chest to help with the chest wrinkles. Okay, so I'm gonna let these all set in, and with that Sama Green Rooibos toner, it does kind of make them a little bit sticky, a little bit stickier feeling than normal. So I'm gonna read you the ingredients of this. So it's formulated with 5% lactic acid, 1% salicylic acid, and 5% polyhydroxy acid, 1% of the green rooibos extract, and 1% kombucha. Now, the ingredients, we have water, aloe leaf juice, polyhydroxy acid, lactic acid, glycerin, sodium hydroxide, absorbic acid, salicylic acid, green rooibos extract, saccharomyces, black tea ferment, and then we have benzyl alcohol, absorbable glucoside, sodium phthalate, citric acid, sorbic acid, sodium benzenate, potassium sorbate, green tea leaf extract, undaria, something, I don't know what that is actually, unidaria, pinafida, I'm not for sure what that is, I'm sorry. I can't pronounce it correctly. So, and it says gently exfoliates dead skin cells, will list moisturizing and brightening, improves skin tone, texture, and reveals more radiant skin. So I love it because it doesn't disrupt my barrier. It's nice toner, or nice resurfacing, exfoliating toner for me for when my skin is feeling sensitive and I can't use the peel pads or any other exfoliant. So that is a good one. Now we can go in with our Atour Definitive lifting toning mist. So I'm kind of a little bit liberal with this. So this is not a toner. This is a serum mist. You have a little bit of lactic acid in here for exfoliation. You have antioxidants, you have peptides, skin brighteners, and I have been loving this. I love the mist on it. I love how it's been making my skin look and feel so far, but it's too early to tell. But as a first impression, I do really, really, really like it a lot. So there it is, and the bottle is glass. Such beautiful packaging. Now that's not travel friendly, by the way. So now I'm gonna go in with my Calecim Eye Contour Lifting Cream. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this around my eyes, and then we're gonna go in with the DNA Youth Recovery Serum from Photozyme, and then my moisturizer, and then I'm gonna let my moisturizer set on my skin for a few minutes, and then I will use my CL makeup primer sort of as my sunscreen. By the time I go outside after I'm done with filming here, it's probably going to be time for me to go to dinner with my husband. We're leaving here at 4:30, so by that time the UV rays aren't as strong here. At least they are not today. But so I don't mind just using that as my sunscreen. So I'm going to go in with 2 pumps. Now, Photozyme does have this on sale for 30% off for the whole month of June. And I'm definitely going to pick up another bottle of it because I have been loving it. As you can see, I have been using it. And that's what I love about the packaging of this is you can see when you're going to run out. So, and I use this twice a day, except for I don't use it on the nights that I use my night recovery complex from Calecim. I usually just go in with that and my eye cream and then I'm done. Like I said, lazy night skincare. Okay, so there's that. And then now we're going to go in for the Remedy moisturizer. And I'm just going to take a pump and just put that on. And then this is going to be my daytime skincare routine. Now, the only difference between if I was doing this, you know, first thing in the morning is I'm not using the CL makeup primer as my sole SPF, but you can if you apply enough of that. Actually, you know what? I'll probably, yeah, I'm not gonna put on the other sunscreen because like I said, I'm gonna be outside for like 10 minutes. So that should be enough protection for me. Okay. So this is a pretty chatty get ready with me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to let this absorb onto my skin and I'm going to go in with my body care and then I will be back for our makeup application. Okay, everybody, my body care has been applied. So, the urea cream, it does absorb into your skin. You do feel a slight tackiness to it, but nothing that is like sticky or anything, just a little bit tacky. So I'm going to go in with the CL Prime and Protect SPF 30 makeup primer. Now this is a mineral sunscreen primer and I really, really love it. So I'm just going to go in with my 2 fingers and apply this to my face. So now you could use this as your SPF, but you want to make sure that you put enough on. And I definitely would wait 15 minutes before you go in with your next product. I know most people don't do that, but if you're using this as your sole SPF protection, then you should, because mineral sunscreens, you want to wait 15 minutes before you go in with your foundation. And this is going to be on our skin for that because I'm going to do my eyes first. We're going to play with a new eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to put this on and then, you know what? I am going to use this Beyond Block Chem-Free Tinted SPF 30 with DNA repair enzymes from Photozyme on my neck and chest. Now, I have been loving this for my neck and my chest. I do not like it for my face, but it is so thick. Look at how thick that is. And like, it's so hard to pump out. Like I have to really pump this out and the pump never goes back. I have to actually manually push it up. So here it is. It's pretty thick. But when I first put this on, it leaves a white cast. But I like this for my neck and my chest because it seems to keep it emollient enough to protect it. Now this has like a slight medicinal scent to it, but it doesn't seem to dry out the skin on my neck or my chest. It just really dries out my facial skin. And I think it's because of that titanium dioxide and zinc oxide mix. But as you can see, it does give me a white cast and it slowly dissipates. But I will tell you, when you first apply this, it's very tacky. And then when you feel it, and as it dries, like later on during the day, you do feel like a little bit of tackiness with it. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so what are we gonna use on my space for makeup today. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the House Labs concealer. I am in the shade 21, a light medium, and I'm going to use this as an eye primer. And today when I apply this, I am not going to set this, and actually I am going to set it because if I don't, my mascara is going to smudge, because we are going to do almost a full face of Dior. I'm probably just not going to set this concealer underneath my eyes, but we'll see. So I'm using this as an eyeshadow primer. I don't need it with the Dior palette that we're going to use, but I like to have an even base on my eyelids when I apply my eyeshadow, because it just makes the colors pop and look more even in tone with a nice even base on the eyelids. So while that is drying, I'm going to show you what we're going to use. So for foundation, we're going to use the Dior Forever Hydra Nude Foundation. I'm the shade 2.5. I want to revisit this foundation. I haven't worn it for a while and I have to use it. The only thing I don't like about this foundation is the scent, and if you have oily skin, this will be too dewy for you in the warmer months, or you know, if you get really oily, if you get oily, I would avoid this foundation. Let's just keep it at that. And then I picked up some new products. Okay, so the eyeshadow that we're going to play with is going to be the Coral Couture from the Cannage collection. So I have all 4 of these now. Ulta sent me a coupon, and it was a certain amount off from what you spend. And so I picked this up, and the Naturium body products. And so I got this for a discount. Now, Ulta only has this one. Nordstrom has all 4. I think Macy's has some of these. Macy's has their friends and family sale right now, 15% off with the code FRIEND. Online, if you go into the store, you don't need a code. And I think that's it. I think Sephora has this one, and I think that's it. But check all the retailers that carry Dior, because you never know, they may be replenishing them, but so far Ulta only has this one online. So I have been eyeing this, and I first wasn't going to get it because I wasn't so sure about the rose organza, but then after I've been playing with the rose organza more, I've been loving it. It's just that I have to really build up those pink shades for them to give good color payoff. This one, I, expected it to be a lighter color story, and I have to tell you, it is much prettier in person than it looks online and probably here on camera. So we're gonna do a look with this. This is gonna be a summer makeup look today. So I picked up one of the new Dior Backstage Rosy Glow powder blushes in a rosewood. Now, I originally was going to pick up their second rendition of this, which is the one in the rectangular packaging. But something told me not to. So I picked up Rosewood. Rosewood is a color that I have been wanting. I don't have a blush shade like this in my collection. It is pretty. I applied this last night with, I got this yesterday from Macy's, 15% off. And so I wasn't going to get these. Honestly, I wasn't going to get these new Dior blushes because the videos I was seeing, they weren't resonating with me. But then I saw Macy's had 15% off. So I'm like, okay, let me get it. Now, Macy's only has the Backstage powder blushes. They don't have the Rosy Glow blush sticks. So I picked up Rosewood and I applied this last night because I wanted to see what the color looked like on me. And it looked pretty, so we're going to try it with a full makeup look today. So there's that. Now I did pick up one of the Backstage Rosy Glow blush sticks, and I picked up Pink Lilac. I will have to say, I think this packaging is really, really pretty. It's prettier than this one. This one is cheap. Actually, when I got home, the pan fell out, and That's the second time that's happened to me now with a Dior product. It was my Silk Taupe eyeshadow palette. Now it was this, and I had to press it back in. I don't know, maybe there's something going on with the glue these days, because it happened to me with one of my Westman Atelier palettes too, but these are really pretty. I like that the cases are colored so you can identify them. But you have the Dior logo on the stick here, and here is the color Pink Lilac. Now, this smells like root beer to me. It's a light fragrance, but it smells like root beer, and you can smell it on your cheeks when you first put it on. Now this, I'm not so sure about. This is a really dewy blush, and it is not really that pigmented. So Ulta sent me another coupon, $10 off 40 if you order online and pick up in store. So I ordered the powder form of the Pink Lilac because I've always wanted this. But after the reviews of the powder blush, the one before this, you know, I didn't pick it up because, you know, people were saying it hard panned and everything. And I wanted to try this, but I wasn't so sure because I didn't like how these were appearing on the reviewer's skin. They were really, really dewy, and they were saying that they were sticky. This does remain sticky on the skin for quite a while, and the color doesn't really last long. But however, I'm thinking about returning this, but first I want to try it with the powder blush, because a lot of people have been saying that the lighter colors like this, the pink one and the toffee, they pair well with the powder blushes. You get more color payoff, and they blend into the skin better. Now this has a pearlescent finish to it, and it looks like a pink iridescence on the cheek. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I just applied it to try it on, and I didn't really, you know, like go into detail with applying it. I just did a quick application just to test it and see if I really like this color. Now I like the color, but I don't know if I like this formula. So I'll have to report back to you guys on this after I get the powdered blush and try that with a makeup look. For the Rosewood, I don't think I will be picking up the blush stick. I think that's the only blush stick that I'm going to pick up, because I don't know if I like this formula. I'm not one for that balmy, blushy look. These remind me a little bit of the Merit blushes, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like that balmy look to my cheeks. I prefer something more like the Westman Atelier cream blushes. They don't have that balmy, cheeky, sticky texture to the skin. So, but this I think is a winner. So we're going to play with this today because I think it's going to pair well with this for our summer look. And then I did pick up a new lip color. So I love my Dior Addict lipstick. This is the color, where's my glasses? This is the color, this is the original one that I picked up, my very first one that I love. It's 426, and this is Rodeo. This is a pinky brown nude. So pretty. And there's another color that I have been eyeing, and since Macy's had the 15% off, I picked it up. And this is 527 Atelier. So this is a lighter version of this with a little bit more pink in it. And it looks really pretty with this Rosewood blush. I'm debating on using this or using the Dior Maximizer in Intense Rosewood because it matches the blush better. So we'll see with that. And that is it for the new makeup. So let's get started with our eyes really quick now that this is set onto my eyes. So I'm just going to pat down any creases. And what I'm going to do is I am going to powder up here above, just because what might happen, because we're going to use the Dior Show Over Volume mascara, that I don't want it to smudge too bad, because I am going to be wearing this makeup for 4 hours, and last time it started smudging on me within 2 hours. So I am just going to powder this with the Makeup by Mario Fair Pink
Surreal Skin Setting Powder. All right, now let's get into this palette. Oh my gosh, I'm so chatty today. Ay, 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 ay. So, I am gonna get 2 new devices. Hopefully, I know I'm gonna get one. One, I cannot say what it is. I can't even show it on camera until like probably a few months because I'm gonna be part of the test group for it. Yay! So, and then Dermrays reached out to me and they want to send me their Revive laser. So I've been checking out the technology and it sounds promising. It helps with redness, hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, skin tightening, spider veins, broken capillaries, telangiectasia. So I want to test it out for that. The technology seems pretty good, so they reached out to me. I replied back that I was interested, so I will keep you guys posted on that. I still am going to be doing microcurrent, and hopefully we'll be able to start that this week because I desperately need it. So we're going to go in with this color right here. So the 2 mattes in this Coral Couture palette are this one right here, and then this more brighter coral here in the center. Now these corals, they're more on the orangey side, and this is more of a golden shimmer shade here. A golden, like a darker golden coral shade. This is definitely different than the corals that are in the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. These are more of a true coral, where those have more of a peachy pinkiness to them, and these are more on the orange side. But this looks like it's going to be matte, but it is a shimmering shade. It's a satin. So this I'm going to apply all over my lid into my crease. And I'm going to go in with my Nikki LaRose from BK Beauty N13 brush. And I'm going to apply this all over my lower lid up into my crease. And as you can see, this has a very light tinge of gold and coral to it. So this palette, I think, is so pretty for spring and summer, but definitely a great palette for that sort of like, I don't know, kind of like bronzy gold goddess look. So the Natasha Denona Bloom palette definitely sings spring to me versus this one. This color story and the way it looks on me looks to me more like summer versus spring. So as I said, we're just doing a light wash of this all the way on my lid and up into my crease. And this has sort of not really a shimmer, but a sheen to it. Now, I've been playing with this week, and this is my favorite way to wear this palette. By starting off with this shade, it makes these matte shades, it makes these matte shades look so much better on my skin. So next I'm going to go in with a Eyeshadow 00 brush, and I'm going to go in with this lighter coral shade in the center of the palette. This is a matte shade, and I'm going to pack this on my brush, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner and up into my crease contour. And as you're going to see, these are more of that orangey coral versus a pinky coral. So I'm going to grab some more. Now with these, I don't experience fallout with them whatsoever. And I just really like to build this color up for a little bit more impact for my skin tone. Now, when we are doing this look, since I don't have my foundation on the color, it's not gonna look as bright. But once I get my foundation on, these are gonna start to pop out. So I'm gonna do that same thing on the other side. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do my eyeshadow with you. I'll do my my base products with you guys, and then I'll pop off camera for my mascara and brows just to save some time. As you guys have seen those products before, and I'm trying to keep this video sort of on the shorter side, which it's not leaning into that. Okay, so we're really bright, right? Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this blending brush from BK Beauty. This is the A503, and I'm just going to blend out that coral shade in my crease. And then I'm gonna take that Nikki La Rose. This is the N13 from BK Beauty, and I'm going to blend the first shade that I put in a little bit, mesh it together with that coral shade. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I am going to take this shade right here, which is your topper shade in here. Actually, I'm not gonna do that first. I'm gonna do this first. I'm going to take this darker matte shade here, and I am going to use this as a liner. So I'm gonna line the outer corner of my upper lash line with this. And this is pretty light, but it looks really pretty. Like, this is a work-friendly coral palette. So I like it because I have some color, but it's a neutral color story that is very work friendly for the summertime, except for right now it looks a little crazy, but don't worry, it won't look like this for long. Once we get the rest of my makeup on, it'll look really, really pretty. I wore this look to work yesterday minus the blush. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here, do the same thing on the other side. So I'm applying this using all the colors in this, just like how I did yesterday, so you guys can see all the colors in action of this palette, in case you're interested in it, because it is limited edition. I know at first I said I was not going to pick this up, but I changed my mind. Now, if you wanted more depth from, you know, this palette, like if it's too orangey for you, if you want like a darker liner, you can definitely add like a brown or even use a brown eyeshadow to add more depth, but I just want to focus on using this palette. Like the brown from the brown cashmere palette would be really, really pretty with this. Okay, so I am deepening that just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with that first shade that we used, this satin shade, and I am just going to touch up a little bit on my lid just to make sure it is everywhere on the mobile lid, like in the nooks and crannies, and just kind of blend in that coral shade. Okay, next I'm going to wet my brush to use this topper shade. When I use this topper shade just with a brush, it doesn't really show up as much. So I'm wetting my brush with the Calecim what is it called? Surf Proof Setting Spray. And I'm gonna grab some of this topper shade and see if that helps. Maybe I should have grabbed it and then wet it. That kind of made it hard pan. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should just grab it and then spray it. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I grabbed some of this. I'm trying to disrupt that. So word to the wise here, don't put a wet brush in this palette because it will hard pan this those topper shades. Okay, so that's better. So as you can see, this is just a very, very light shade. See, very light golden shade. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my finger and apply a little bit more there for a little bit more impact. And I'm gonna do that for the other side too. So there it is. It's a very pretty light gold shade. This palette reminds me of like sunset. So it is really pretty if you like these type of shades. Definitely reminds me of a sunset. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with this brush again, grab some more of that original satin shade here, and then mesh it with that topper shade. Okay, so that is it for the eyes for right now. Actually, let me see something here. I'm just going to blend this out a little bit here, blend it, get a little bit more to even it out. And I may blend this just a little bit more, but let's go into our foundation now. So I'm gonna grab the Dior Hydra Nude foundation. And I'm gonna apply this like how I typically apply it with my hands. So I'm gonna grab 2 pumps of this because they're small pumps, rub it between my hands, and then start applying. Oh, that fragrance, oh, it's too much. But I wanna revisit this because I don't like this on my skin without a makeup primer. And the last time I wore this, I was testing out the CL makeup primer, the one that I'm using today. And it looked really, really nice on the skin. And it made me like this foundation. I prefer the Guerlain Le Tint Glow foundation over this one. So, all right, let me wipe off my hands. And then look at my skin and start blending this in. Oh yeah, this looks so much better with this Prime and Protect primer versus by itself and over my sunscreen. Yeah, I love that CL makeup primer. It works so good. Have you guys tried it? Do you love it? I gotta start pulling out my CL foundation and start using it now that summer's here. Okay. So this is just a damp beauty blender, and they say not to use a damp beauty blender with this foundation, but I love it this way versus applying it with a brush. It gives me more of that natural look versus makeup. Okay, all right, now let's go in with our concealer. So I'm going to go in with the Haus Labs concealer, and since this is a thicker concealer, I'm going to apply it on my hand and then take my concealer brush, grab it on the tip, and then apply it underneath my eyes that way, so I get a lighter coverage with this and not too heavy, since this is a lighter foundation. So I'm gonna grab more. You don't really get too much on that applicator when you apply it to the hand like that. It seems like you get more of it when you apply it directly. So with this concealer, this is how I like to apply it. I find it looks best underneath my eyes. As you can see, look at that, that popped more. I'm gonna have to tone that down. That is just too corally. With the bright lights here, sometimes it's kind of hard to see how bright it is. And then once I get my foundation and concealer, everything starts to pop out more. I hope I'm making sense. I'm feeling kind of rambly right now. So, I forgot to tell you guys that I took a nasty fall last Sunday when I was walking Misha. There was a crack in the sidewalk and I didn't catch it, and I fell really hard on my knee and my right hip, and I tweaked my knee and I tweaked my back, and today's like the first day it feels normal. I've been using block therapy to kind of relieve it, but I wasn't able to like kneel down on the ground. I had to do block therapy on my bed to help with the pain. I could stand on my vibration plate and that really helped, but it did derail me. I didn't start feeling better until Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I went for a short walk on my lunch. And then yesterday I went on a 2-mile walk, and it's so much better now. But I wasn't able to start that block therapy challenge, which started on Monday due to my fall. And I also hurt my shoulder too. The shoulder is really, it's still bothering me. Hopefully it's gonna go away here soon. For my work event this week, we went for bocce ball and axe throwing, and I couldn't participate because of my shoulder, which was a bummer because I could have really thrown some axes. Get rid of some of this frustration that I have pent up. Irritability. Okay, so there we go. We're all concealed. It looks so smooth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up my liner right here on this eye. This eye looks a little bit thicker and darker, so I think I'm going to have to follow suit here and grab this a little bit darker here. Wow, I look crazy orange, huh? So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Urban Decay liner in the shade Faux Dough, and I'm going to put this in my waterline to help brighten my eye. So here it is without, or with, and here is without. Now this is a very light shade. It just brightens just a tiny bit. It's not crazy like some of the other eye brighteners are, and that's what I like. I don't like it to look super bright because I feel like it looks a little odd, but this does have a little bit of shimmer in it too. Okay, so now let me start blending this out a little bit into my crease further in so it doesn't look so crazy here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do complexion. So I'm gonna go in with my Dior contour sticks. I'm gonna go in with tan first, and I'm gonna use this on my cheeks and my nose for a contour. And where's my, I'm gonna grab my BK Beauty 109 brush. This works great for applying your contours on your face. Now this tan shade, you can use it as a bronzer too. It's more of like that warmer bronzy tone. And I do like this for my cheeks. And then I'm gonna go in with the medium, number 3, and use that for my jawline here. Blend it down into the skin. I love these contour sticks. If the fragrance doesn't bother you, these are definitely my favorite contour sticks. They're just so easy to blend into the skin and they look beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my damp beauty blender and blend out that cheek contour because it looks pretty dang noticeable. And then blend this out. And then I'm gonna go in with this medium shade and I'm gonna use this on my nose. Where's my brush? Here it is. I'm not gonna use the tan shade because sometimes when I use that on the nose, it looks a little bit too orange. So I'm just gonna go in with this medium shade and I'm just using a very light hand with this, nothing too strong. And then I'm just gonna ever so slightly blend this out with the other side here. Okay. It looks like I'm a little bit darker on this side. Okay, oh yeah, so I wanted to tell you guys something. So with my schedule, I thought I was gonna be able to do a summer glow up series. And I'm still contemplating it. It's just that it's summer and a lot of things are coming up. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get videos out the next couple of weekends. So I may have to try and see if I can do something during the week. So I don't know if I can commit to a summer glow up series, especially after finding out that my coworker definitely isn't coming back from maternity leave officially, that it's kind of like I'm not really gonna have enough time. But next weekend, the weekend after that, and the weekend after that, I have plans and I don't think I'm gonna be able to come on here to film videos. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I may be able to do maybe like a Sunday facial next week and the week after, but then the following weekend I'm gonna be out for like almost a week, so I won't be able to film any videos. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're good for powder. So what I'm gonna do is I will just go in with the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin. This is the number 3 Neutral Peach. And I'm going to apply this all over. So I took a little bit into the cap and I'm just gonna take a BK Beauty. This is a 102 large powder brush. I love this to apply my powder. And then I'm going to apply this all over because I definitely have to powder this foundation. If I don't powder it, I will be a dewy, hot mess. Okay, and then I am going to take the Fair Light powder and I am going to, actually, I am going to do a light dusting of this underneath my eyes. I changed my mind. So first I'm going to just start here in my T-zone and then I'm just going to do a light dusting underneath my eyes. The Haus Labs concealer you don't need to set it. It is self-setting. But I'm going to try setting it and see what happens with that Dior Show Over Volume Mascara. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to go off camera, do my lashes and brows, and then we will come back for the rest of the makeup. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back and I did my brows and my mascara off camera. What I used for my brows, what did I do with it? Oh, my, I already put it away. My Anastasia of Beverly Hills, or ABH Volumizing Brow Gel in the shade Taupe. And then I went in with the new Dior Show Over Volume Mascara. Now this only comes in black, and I think brown mascara would be really, really pretty with this. Now, I did do 2 coats of this today. Usually I only do 1, and I did notice that it did get a little bit clumpy over here on this lash and a little bit at my tips. So there's that. And I've had this for almost a month now, and I've used it like maybe, I don't know, this is like my 5th time. So now what I'm going to do, I wanted to do my hair before I came back, but I'm just going to do the rest of my complexion products, and then we'll finish off with my eyes and my lips when I come back, only because this will be difficult to do once I get my hair done, because I'm going to wear my hair natural curly today, and I don't want to put a clip in it if I don't have to. So I'm going to go in with the Dior Forever Skin Nude Bronzer in the shade 3.0 or 3030. And this is the Jumbo Bronzer. And I am going to bronze me up here. Now, if you want more color payoff from these, because they are a nude bronzer, you can definitely build it up. Now 30 is my perfect shade, and these all look different on everybody. So my suggestion is to go to Sephora and swatch these in person if you can, or Ulta. I think Ulta carries these ones. To find your perfect shade, because since they are on the nude side, the shades are very different. Shade 10 and shade 20 didn't work for me, but shade 30 does, which is tan matte. And then the shade 40, which is the darkest one, it's really, really dark, to where if you think that shade 30 is too light for you, like if you're like my skin tone and you think that this is too light for you, and you go to shade 40, it's gonna look muddy on you, because it's meant for deeper complexions. And you just have to take note with these bronzers, like I said, they are more of a matte or a nude bronzer. So they give you that natural bronze, as if you like had a tan, versus that orangey bronze. Okay, so we're good with the bronzer. Now let's go in with this blush. So this is brand new. I tried it yesterday, just really, really quickly. So let's try this today. And I'm gonna use the same brush that I used yesterday, which is my Nikki LaRose from BK Beauty N15. And I'm just gonna grab some of this. Now this is pretty pigmented, by the way, so I just tapped my brush in there twice. And let's start applying this. Actually, I didn't tap it hard enough. Okay, let's go in for it. Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty pigmented. So be careful with that. These are pretty pigmented. It's hard to tell with this brush if you have any of this on. Wow, this color is really pretty. Really, really pretty. Looks prettier on me today because I tried it over my blush that I wore yesterday with this palette, which was a combo of the Rose Haze and Peachy Nude from YSL. And when I got home from work yesterday, I applied this over the top of it and I could see it, but not fully see it. Okay. So these are supposed to be pH adjusting. So what it looks like on me, it might look slightly different on you. And I have been noticing that with some of the reviews that I've seen with this, to where it looks a little different on other people and their skin tones because of that pH adjusting capability. Now I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender, just kind of tap around the edges here. And we're going to let this settle down on my cheeks before we decide to go in with any more, if we need any more. And I'm going to go do my hair really quick, and then I will be back again. So sorry. Okay, everyone, I'm back after doing my hair, got dressed, and here is what that blush looks like. Now, I have definitely got enough blush on. I think that this blush is super pretty. I love the color. I don't have anything like this in my collection. So this is the Rosewood and the new reformulated Rosy Glow powder blushes. Now, I will tell you that this blush, it appears matte in the pan, but there is a glowiness to this blush, hence Rosy Glow. So it definitely is very, very pretty, and it does enhance the glow in your skin. So for me, I think the powder blushes are going to be way better than this stick. So I do have the pink lilac powder blush waiting for me to pick up at Ulta, but I'm not going to be able to pick it up until Monday. So I will try these out. I'll come back and let you guys know on if I return this one or not, and just keep them both, or return the stick and keep the powder. But this is really, really pretty. I love it, and I think it goes really gorgeously with this Coral Couture palette. So now the last thing for our cheeks, I was thinking I could either go in, I'm actually going to go in with a Nude Halo for my highlighter. So let's do that really quick. And I'm just going to grab a Rephr 20 brush. This is a fan brush, and I'm going to load up my brush with this. So this appears, it is kind of like a golden color, golden champagne color. So I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. I'll put it down the bridge of my nose. Just a very light layer of this. And it just adds a little hint of natural luminosity that gives my skin that nice, beautiful, healthy glow. I love these highlighters. My other choice I was thinking is actually Pink Strobe, because this is a multi-chrome to where it looks pink, but it has a gold shift to it. But I was thinking, yeah, not the pink with the coral look today. All right, so now let's finish up our eyes really quick. So I am going to take a pencil brush. This is from MAC. I can't read the name. And I'm going to grab this white shade here. So this is a satin shade. And this shade has sort of like a coral gold reflect to it. And I'm going to put this in my inner corners of my eyes for some brightness here. And then take it up here just a little bit, just to kind of give me a little bit of brightness here. So very, very beautiful. This palette is gorgeous. I didn't think I was gonna like this as much as I do. I absolutely love it. And I'm so happy that I was not stubborn to stick by my words that I wasn't going to pick it up because I didn't really care for the color story, that I picked it up. See what a sale does for you? So pretty. So there you have it. So this is the Dior 5 colors in the Cannage packaging. This is a limited edition palette. I have all 4, And now I will tell you that after using all four, I love all four. But if the Rose Organza and the Coral Couture is not your jam, the Rose Organza was my jam, but it's a little, I have to do a little bit of work with blending it out. But Silk Taupe and Brown Cashmere get a definite yes on me, from me. And this Coral Couture does too. Now this is definitely going to be more probably of a summer palette for me, but I really, really love it. It just is so pretty, especially with my eyes and then this denim dress. So pretty. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I am going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and I'm going to line my lips with this, and I'm not going to go outside my lip line. My gosh, my mirror is going to die again. I think I need to get a new one of these mirrors because my battery is dying out, and I haven't turned on the light for a whole week on this because I only use the light for this mirror when I film. I don't use it for when I put my makeup on. I probably should because I could see a lot better versus using my bathroom lights, but sometimes it's a little bit bright for me. So I apologize. Let me plug in my mirror really quick before it dies. Ay, ay, ay. So the battery must be going out in this. I've had this light since 2019. So I'm kind of all over the place right now because I'm kind of rushing because it's 3:47. My husband's got to come in and shower before we leave. So I'm going to go in with the Dior Lip Maximizer in Intense Rosewood. I don't know the number of this. I just know the shade name. So here is the applicator on this, and this is Dior's Plumping Gloss. And look at, that is so pretty with this blush. So they have Rosewood and then they have Intense Rosewood. Now, if you want something that's a little bit less pigmented, then you would just go in with the original Rosewood. But I love this Intense Rosewood shade. That looks so pretty with this blush. Now, I did go outside my lip line a little bit. So let me find my concealer brush and fix that. So this is a plumping gloss, and it is really pretty. It's very comfortable. It has that minty tingliness to it, but I don't feel like it plumps my lips. I don't see much plumping from this. I like the color. I like the way it feels on my lips, but as far as plumping goes, I get nothing from that. Okay, so far so good with the mascara, no smudging. All right, here is the finished look. What do you guys think? Now, I will tell you, with this Dior Forever Nude Foundation, it looks so good on my skin. I really, really love it. And the only way that I love this foundation for my skin, because I do have large pores, is with this CL Prime and Protect primer. If I wear this without this primer, it seems like it enhances my pores, but with this primer, it looks flawless. Like, it looks really, really pretty. It makes me love this foundation. It looks gorgeous. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna have to start using this again with that primer because it is so pretty with that primer. I really, really love it. And it's not as glowy as the Guerlain Le Tint Glow, but the Le Tint Glow makes my skin actually look a little bit more flawless than this Hydra Nude. But with the Le Tint Glow, I don't have to wear a primer with it like I do this one to love it. So with the primer, I love it. Without the primer, I don't love it. Okay, so this blush I think is really, really pretty. I definitely really, really love this color. It blurs out my skin with a little bit of sheen. So I would definitely recommend checking these out. Now remember, Macy's has their friends and family sale until Monday. You can get 15% off on the Backstage Dior Rosy Glow powder blushes. They do not carry the Backstage Rosy Glow sticks. So just so you guys know. And then Ulta has the powder. They don't have the sticks. Sephora has the sticks and the powder. But if you go in store at Sephora, they don't have the powder blushes. It's only online. They won't be getting the powder blushes until next week, just so you guys know. So here we are. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry I am a little bit all over the place. I just don't know anymore about filming. I just don't know. I'm just kind of like all over the place these days, and I apologize. Hopefully I get my SHIT together. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I hope that you found it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this get ready with me and trying on these new products. I hope that you found that it was helpful. And I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned for an update, hopefully this week. Maybe we'll do a microcurrent treatment. We'll see. I just have to see how things go Monday and Tuesday and go from there. All right, I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.